All right, guys, here's something that I wanted to go over to. This is my debt snowball. I'm writing it down on a sheet of paper. You can do this on a computer, or you can do it on your cell phone, your notes, or you can write it down like I do. I'm old school, so I like to write everything down where I can see it, and it makes sense for me. Um, so my debt snowball is I am paying down my debt according to the lease payment and then interest rate. So you're going to see a payment here is because there's no interest on this loan. So I chose to put that here, but I wanted to pay off a few credit cards first before I really pay off this loan. So this is how I did mine. I did the debt snowball method, which means the least um, uh, debt that you have, you put first, and then so forth. And then the biggest debt that you have, you put last. AT&T. What I did was I personally called and got my phone cut off because my bill went up to like $100 a month, and I refused to pay it. So what I did was I told them to just cut the phone off, and I'm just gonna make monthly payments until it's paid off. I own my phone, so AT&T cannot restrict me from getting another line from another carrier on the phone that I have. I just have to pay them off. So part of my 2026 goals was to um, decrease my debt, and part of me decreasing my debt is getting rid of stuff that I really don't need. I really don't need $100 cell phone bill. I'm getting cheaper. So I'm working with a company now to where I could try to get my phone bill like $45 a month. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm working with them right now to get that cheaper. And what I did was I closed my AT&T account, and I'm just gonna pay them off. So I added them as part of my bill. It's not gonna be last, but I had already did this, and then I just added AT&T. Here it says monthly payments. So what are you planning on paying a month with the debt snowball? That's your monthly minimum, and then plus whatever extra payment. So here I'm gonna pay my monthly minimum for the mutual float loan. Whatever I pay, I'm gonna pay the monthly minimum here, and then I calculated $50 extra that I could pay on this account. So the monthly minimum, and then plus the extra amount. So I'm gonna pay the extra amount every month until this is paid off. And then once this is paid off, whatever that monthly minimum plus this extra, I'm gonna apply to this. Okay. So let's say my monthly minimum was $100 a month, and then I'm adding an extra $50. So that's $150 I'm paying until this is paid off. So then I'm gonna take that $150 I was paying here, I'm gonna apply it to here. So it's gonna be whatever this monthly minimum is. Let's say this is $100. So it's gonna be $100 plus the $125 I used to pay, $150 I used to pay this off. So it's gonna be $100 plus the $150 that I was paying here. So that's $250. So that $250 is gonna go towards here until I pay it off. Once I pay that off, then I'm going to move to this one. So that $250 that I was paying to pay that off, I'm going to apply to this. Again, let's say I was paying $100 a month with my care credit. So that $250 I'm going to add here, that's going to make that $350. So I'm going to pay $350 to this bill, to this debt every month until it is paid off. And then I'm going to snowball down and then hit this. $350 gonna go here. So $350 plus whatever the minimum payment is. You guys get this, okay? Extra payments here. So in the minimum payment here. So guys, this is a great way to pay down your debt really fast, but you have to be disciplined to not spend the money, and you have to do what you say you're going to do, which means that no extra stuff, no extravagant going out to eat, no hanging out with friends, no spending extra money. Uh, you're going to have to be very disciplined to do this, but it can be done. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped answer some questions that people that inbox me on how to pay down debt fast. This is the way I'm gonna do mine, and I'll come back on here to kind of show you guys what's happening maybe in a couple months, so you can see what I did within a couple months. I'm hoping. Oh, this is not okay. I'm hoping to have. I don't know why. I'm hoping to have these 3 paid off in 2 months. So March, by the end of March or April, by the end of March, I'm hoping to have these 3 paid off. Okay. And it can be done. Like I said, if I do what I say I'm going to do, then it can be done. All right. So, try to get some extra income too to help you pay this off. Any side hustles that you can think of, selling your old clothes, your old kids' clothes, old shoes, whatnots, things like that that you got around your house. Try to get any extra income that you can. Um, Aim for $300 to $500 a month. If you bake, if you cook, if you try to do stuff on the side. Do stuff, grocery shopping for people. What is it? DoorDash, Uber Eats, Spark, Walmart Spark, or get a part-time job. If you get a part-time job working weekends or working nights, try to get something extra coming in, and that'll help you, apply more money to this so you can get this paid off sooner. Okay. I want to try to get this paid off within 13 months, or typically a year and a half is what I'm shooting for. So I'm looking for a year and a half to try to pay this off to get everything paid for. All right. Um, Again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me uh, in my inbox, and I will try to explain this more. But this is how I did it. This is what I calculated. This is what I'm going to pay. And then this is how, my monthly minimum plus the extra amount that I'm going to pay. And then I'm going to do it, snowball it. Snowball means it start off small, and then as it rolls down, it gets bigger and bigger. Okay. So you start with the smallest that you have, and then work your way up to the biggest that you got. That's a snowball until you get done. All right. Peace out, guys. I hope this helps.